To begin our Sunrise Smart Start with some breaking news. Overnight, a 30-year-old man has been arrested and charged with a felony DWI after police found him unresponsive behind the wheel of a Wendy's drive-thru. A man, a woman, and a young child all found together inside of that car just after midnight on East Main Street. Officers tell us the driver was intoxicated. Now, additionally, under Leandra's law, it is a further charge to operate a motor vehicle under the influence of alcohol or drugs with a child under the age of 16 inside. Stay with us as that story develops. And happening today, registered sex offender and kidnapper Kelvin Hunt set to be sentenced. The 48-year-old previously pled guilty to kidnapping a 14-year-old girl from her home in Rochester at gunpoint, this back in February. Investigators say Hunt targeted the house and this victim. When he eventually let that teen go, she called police. The FBI, U.S. Marshals, and RPD spent days searching for Hunt, and he, in fact, during that time, led them on 2 separate car chases, finally arrested February 5th at the Gates Motel. As part of this plea agreement, Hunt will be sentenced to 25 years behind bars, plus 5 years post-release supervision. That will be at 9:30 this morning. Also today, the Police Accountability Board is set to make an announcement and surrounding the Rochester police officers' method of handling large gatherings and protests. 2 years ago, RPD made some policy changes on how officers respond to protests by eliminating the use of certain tear gases and limiting the use of pepper balls and other tactics. Following those changes, the PAB submitted a list of further recommendations, and at last night's meeting, the PAB's director called the recent response from RPD a step in the right direction. A release will be sent out today with additional details. After announcing changes in its policy on anesthesia payments, widespread backlash here has since led Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield to reverse course and blame misinformation. The change in policy, set to take effect in February, would have capped the amount of anesthesia that the insurance company would cover during certain surgeries in New York and other states. But then after that widespread backlash Thursday afternoon and massive criticism from Governor Hochul and others, the insurer says it will no longer proceed with this policy change. In a statement, Anthem says the update was only designed to clarify the appropriateness of anesthesia consistent with well-established clinical guidelines. We did speak with URMC about this, and prior to the reversal, they noted that Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield members only account for about 1% of their patients, and Governor Hochul had initially called this a misguided policy, claiming responsibility since for getting that company to scrap those plans. Some new details now from the town of Webster signing a permanent EMS service provider after months of receiving services from Penfield. With that contract between the two towns expiring by the end of this month, a workshop meeting last night laid out the pros and cons of either staying with Penfield Volunteer or adding in Monroe ambulances. EMS committee co-chair Russ Ziskin brought up that Penfield Volunteer Ambulance is willing to utilize existing contracts and facilitate the staging of ambulances in the town of Webster, further noting that Monroe Ambulance said it would need to come up with a plan regarding basic geographic coverage. Well, the board voted unanimously, negotiating a 3- to 5-year contract with Penfield Volunteer Ambulance, sticking with them, and the town notes that the request for proposal subsidy from the town taxpayers and the general fund for 2025 will be $100,000. Let's go inside the Buffalo Huddle now, where it's certainly no secret that the Bills are on a hot streak, one of the top teams in the league this year. But what has led to that? What changes between the seasons? Well, one player has quite the theory of his own. Dion Dawkins speaking with the media as the Bills prepare for their Week 14 game on the road against the Rams. The tackle just announced as a 2024 Walter Payton Man of the Year nominee, certainly answering all the typical questions about this honor. But then when he was asked about what was different for the Bills this year, given the recent success, Dawkins gave maybe an unexpected answer.
It's drastically different. Our quarterback is engaged. It's drastically different, you know? There's love in the air, man. It's a beautiful thing, right? But it is drastically different. And, you know, I'm a jokester, I'm Dion, but, you know, we all stem from the head. He touches that ball every single play. When he is fully right and he feels fully complete, we have the best shot of winning. And my quarterback, which what I take very, very serious, is right. Mentally, physically, emotionally, you can see how he smiles. You can see how he is on interviews. You can see how he is running on and off of the field. You can feel how he's playing. You can feel it. That's what's different.
The power of joy. I'm with Dion on this one. Well, the Bills take on the Rams this Sunday at 4:25, and we've got plenty more coverage coming your way, starting with Buffalo Kickoff Live this Sunday sharp at 11:30 a.m., so tune in. We're looking ahead for some of the holiday season hallmarks, and 'tis the season for Genesee Brewery's towering keg tree. We got a sneak peek of that building process, as the keg tree is an annual tradition that brings in thousands of locals and visitors stopping by High Falls. This art piece featuring 650 empty Genesee kegs stacked carefully and then wrapped in 25,000 lights, creating the tree shape.
Yeah, we're super excited. It's the 10th anniversary of the keg tree. It's become such a big part of the Rochester community and part of the fabric of this community, and it's really exciting to be able to see what it's meant to everybody.
Well, the lighting event will be tonight from 5 to 9 p.m. with the lighting taking place at 6:30. Everything open to all ages, free to attend. So have fun, do so responsibly. And hey, finally here, another holiday tradition back for the season, Roc Holiday Village, opening up today. We have 23 days full of holiday fun ahead of us, and Ron Spitzer getting a bit of an early start at MLK Park, live this morning with all the prep. Ron.
Michaela, I don't know if you can tell, but I am in an igloo. We're still here with Kelly. Kelly, what are these igloos? How many of them do you have, and what is this experience meant to be?
Oh, this is the coziest place in the village. We have 10 of these, and they're all sold out, but pay attention for next year's sales. You can come with a group of 6 people and get bar service, enjoy our village lager from the bar if you want, and just have a nice private space to enjoy your friends and family and a nice view of the village.
Off camera, you were telling me a little bit about how you came up with this idea, or you and your partners came up with this idea. How did Roc Holiday Village come to be?
So we were all inspired at separate markets and villages across the states and the world, and we just knew Rochester was lacking since Midtown was closed, and there was a space for this. We wanted to bring a place for the community to be able to celebrate the holidays together.
Yes, so I'm from New York City. We obviously have the Union Square market, and then I've been to the Paris market, so there is, kind of a lot to, to consider and to enjoy with these things. What is your favorite part of Roc Holiday Village?
My favorite part is seeing all the smiling faces, people here together, making memories and traditions.
Memories and traditions, always great. And, if I show up with my husband, I'm sure we would do the same thing. This is a great time to make a joke about us drinking, but I think it's too cold out here to have these. So, Michaela, I will forego that joke for now. Back to you.
Hey, that's fair. Cold and early, but at least you're warm and cozy inside that igloo. Ron, taking another look now here at our sunrise traffic update at 6:55. Getting some light in those skies across the downtown area in our Greater Rock Sky Eye Camera. 490 looking great so far for the start of your morning. Not seeing any accidents across 390, 590 as well. It has stayed nice all morning. Knock on various woods. 104 in the Thruway. Similarly great for the start of your Friday and coasting into our weekend, James, when we get a little bit more snow again.
Yeah, and it could be maybe a little icy on the driveway.
Yes,
sidewalks
certainly.
As well could be a little bit slick, so watch out for that if you aren't salting out there. So know that it could be slippery. Otherwise, though, 20s today, low 20s tonight. Some lake effect does develop. Could be along the shoreline of Lake Ontario over into Wayne County. And then more snow showers as we get into your Saturday, but that's in the afternoon. That could spit out a ½ inch to an inch. Mostly cloudy, some rain showers. Believe it or not, we get a big warm front. That snow on Saturday is actually a warm front. That's going to push temperatures up several days in the 40s before just a little bit of a cool down by next week. So after today and then a little bit tomorrow, we'll kind of close the book on snow. Probably not until maybe a few days before Christmas, Michaela. A long, warm stretch building up to the holiday.
A brief respite for our chilly fingers and toes. Thank you so much for watching News 8 at Sunrise. Your next update is in 30 minutes, but for now, have a wonderful day. Drive safe.
Follow News 8 wherever you are on RochesterFirst.com, Facebook, X, and on our app for news and weather.